All right, everyone, welcome back to the Void Touched. We have ourselves a brand new Destiny 2 Witch Queen trailer. So before we do anything else, we're going to watch this trailer. Sit back, let's check it out.
Guardian? Guardian, do you read me?
We're here, Ikora. What is this place?
We're in the domain of the god of cunning. Things are never what they seem. Be careful.
Tell me, O honored guest. Don't you want to escape? This throne world is indistinguishable from my own mind, Guardian. Every step taken, every bullet fired, I keep and count them all. It's not too late to turn around.
All right, so now we're going to go through this step by step because that was interesting. Every bullet, every step, she keeps and tracks them all. Or tracks and keeps them all. That's pretty eerie. So the first shot that we have here is in the swampy location of Savathun's throne world. And we have the pyramid ship in the background. Now, typically, throne worlds are a creation of the user. It is of their own making, their own will. It's whatever they want it to look like. Savathun says a line in this trailer about how the throne world is indistinguishable from her own mind. So the question is, where is this swamp? It could be one of billions of different planets as far as we're aware that Savathun has gone to. Or it could be a completely made up location that she's tricking individuals with, since, you know, she is a liar. Okay, so what we have here, we have all three of the Guardians out here. They're all wearing those alchemical-based armor sets. Looks like we have a few more weapons. We've got the rocket launcher here that looks like either an auto rifle or a pulse rifle. No clue. I mean, that's a hunter. I can tell you that. We have hive structures here that are coming out of the ground. This seems to be still in the swamp. This looks like a tear. Like, we've seen the tears of Savathun trying to speak. They were on Io before Io was taken. In a few different locations like that. So this looks like one of those tears. We're probably going to be able to pass through it. Let's watch it play out. Yeah, and there we have Ikora speaking, saying, "Can you read me?" We have the ghost saying, "Yes, I can read you." This clearly looks like, the way the trailer is intended, it clearly looks like we are going through this portal. The camera sucks us into it, and then we pop out. Let's see, what designs have we got here? We have some leaves. Yeah, those are definitely leaves. Some dirt. Okay, now this is inside of, it looks like it's inside of a hive tower. We have the blown out section here that goes down into the swamp as that pulls up the side of the video player. We have multiple layers and platforms going all the way down. I wish we could see deeper into it. We don't get this shot for very long. See how deep into it we can go. We don't get this shot for very long. Let's see. We can barely make out the floor. I don't know if that's anything standing there or not, but it's so... honestly, it's so far away that trying to speculate would be counterproductive. It definitely looks like these are the top of lanterns. I know this goes out into the swamp. We can see it right there. It continues on. This looks like it may be a ruined building in the swamp. Ooh, is that a chest? That looks like a chest. Have we found our first Witch Queen loot? We found our first Witch Queen loot. All right, let's let it play out a little bit. Okay. Here it is. It's going through several different locales here. This, honestly, that's what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at. Something similar to that. So this is a blown out piece of building or a tower, and the very next scene shows us a destroyed wall, which is most likely what we're looking at. Or something of that sort. Maybe further down to the left or the right of this wall. But we have this giant wall that's in the swamp. Clearly, the swamp is on the outside. So the best that I can assume so far from what we're seeing is the swamp is going to represent the osmium oceans from when they were the krill before they became the hive. That's the only thing that I can think of. Now, there may be some symbology of the holes in the walls and part of Savathun's past leaking through. That remains to be seen. But if we're definitely going to go straight with this is supposed to be indistinguishable from her own mind, her throne world would be when she gained power, when she became Savathun. And the swamp would have to represent who she was before, who she was as just a child. It'll have to be who she was when she was Sathona, before she became Savathun. Because all three of the sisters all had different names before they accepted a worm and became the Hive Gods. Oryx had a sex change, became male. So yeah, Oryx is the first transgender villain of Destiny 2. Hell yeah. But, so this is the swamp. One of the next areas, and this is going to flip us through a few locales here real quick. So we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what we've got. So we've got this warlock running through. Okay, so this looks like it's either going to be a hive ship, or it's going to be part of like a hive prison of some sort. I don't know how much hive actual architecture we're going to be running into in Witch Queen, or if they're going to be changing some of it up. This looks like much more permanent than we've seen before. The Dreadnought and other hive locations have been mobile or have been hastily built, or they haven't, or have been built in secret with the Crimson Tower and the Scarlet Keep, that is. So this definitely looks like it is either deep inside of Savathun's throne world proper, or this is going to be one of many different types of like temples or locations or something similar to that that's going to be around her throne world that we're going to be able to see. We go through this just a little bit. All right, now here, this has got to be some sort of like catacomb type area. They're very indicative. The Hive love their catacombs. This does not seem like it was an existing structure that was overtaken by Hive corruption, which is what we see most often. This is definitely Hive architecture free of any other influence. It is being able to create and mold the way that infrastructure, that structure would be, as opposed to having to grow over something that already existed. So whatever we have here, we've got a gate in front of it. Let's back up. Ooh, that's badass eye. Let's back up a little bit. So we have these two things coming along the path. This could either be catacombs or like the sewers. I don't know what the Hive would need with those. But let's see. Yeah, this is definitely an underground location. Now this, I mean, I've seen Lord of the Rings. I didn't realize that we were going to have a crossover that soon. But this definitely feels like it's Savathun in some way watching. But at the same time, it may not be Savathun. It could be Oryx. It could be Xivu Arath. It could be some unknown entity. We don't really know. There are quite a few Hive lore pieces that we haven't seen yet, including quite some that are actively working against the Savathun, Xivu Arath, and Oryx, who are still technically Krill. So there are quite a few set pieces that this could in fact be. There's a brood mother that betrayed, not brood mother, she is the birthless mother, I believe, where she raised the three. And then when they went and took the powers of the deep, she did not side with them. She didn't take their side. She worked with multiple different races trying to stop them. The last we saw her, she fled into space, and we haven't seen her since. So it could be her. Savathun could have captured her. That may be why we haven't seen her. Let's see what else we got here. All right, now they're warping into location here. So this is Savathun's throne world that we've so far. This is the teleport in. This is the cleanest we've seen so far. So we have a hunter who comes in, who's using the new exotic SMG, which we found out the name of, the Striga, the Necrotic Striga, the Cryptic Striga. I don't know. We'll have to. It's at the end of the video. We'll take a look. All right, we've got the Hunter, the Warlock, and the Titan. All right, so we're going to slow it down because the Warlock comes in with a sidearm here. And this one, is that a auto? That looks like a pulse. So, we have Hive nobles with their swords in the knight form that are on display. We have these bright red flowers, which have been in every trailer so far, so we know that they're going to be important in some way in the lore. We've got some tomb ships. We've got the big bull that is her throne world. This is like a throne kingdom. Throne kingdom world. You get the drift. This isn't just like a throne world like it was for Oryx, where we're running around inside of a singular structure or in a space that he manipulates. It feels like we've walked into someone else's realm. Like we've walked in and now we exist in a completely different space. It looks pretty neat. So teleport in. All right, we can see that it's expansive. We see a few Hive back here that are just chilling. We can see, just as far as we know, this is where the Hive thrive. This is what their worlds would look like. But Savathun lies. Indistinguishable from her own mind. It may very well be that everything she's told us so far is false. Let's let it play out just a little bit. All right, we got the Bungie logo. I like how they do the Bungie logo every time. Okay, so what's very interesting in here, and we see them a little later in the trailer, is we actually have some Scorn stuff here on the left and some over there on the right. And we know the Scorn are working with Xivu Arath in a very strange coordination type of way right now. I've had a theory this entire time that Xivu Arath isn't doing anything. The Taken and the Scorn that are attacking currently in Season of the Lost, when we're trying to remove Savathun's worm, are not Xivu Arath, they're Savathun's. She is sending everyone in. She is doing all of this. I still maintain my theory that Xivu Arath is not real, that it is, or that Savathun herself is not real and she is Xivu Arath, and there is only 2 siblings, not 3. I think that would be the ultimate deception, because Savathun has had a hold of the Books of Sorrow that are the source we use for the Hive origins. She's had a hold of the Books of Sorrow since before we did. We know it because in multiple passages in there, Savathun talks to us. So it is very possible that there's only 2 siblings, and one of them is a complete figment. Xivu Arath is a complete figment that is being used to further Savathun's goals. So it will be very interesting to see how that plays out. That's my theory. But we have all these different things in here now that has the Scorn working with them. And this doesn't look like they're starting to try to kit bash Scorn and Hive tech together. But we'll have to see how this plays out, because that could very well be what the end goal is between them. All right, we have a better shot of that sidearm now that is on this Titan. I really do this. I'm not going to lie. This alchemical armor looks rad to me. I really like the way they're doing some of the designs. 10 out of 10 from me so far. So we have this sidearm here. We've got the glaive again, the usual glaive with its big long blade for stabbing people with. Now over here with the hunter, it looks like that is it could be a fusion rifle, which is like we've got this kit gear down here. We look at the squared out ends. It could be a pulse rifle. I doubt it. Most pulse rifles, especially bullpups, don't have that sort of design. They have a much more rifle design as opposed to a more block stocky design of a fusion rifle. This could be one of the rifles. I don't believe it's there's any other possible platforms that it could be. It's not a shotgun or anything like that. So this is definitely an auto pulsar scout. We will see the closer it gets to it. And it may be one of those we've already seen before. I don't know if we've seen... I don't think we've seen the fusion before. We'll take a look at the promotional art in a little bit. Play out a little bit. All right, so we are inside some dark catacombs. We've got, looks like a hunter sitting up here with their weaponry. We've got their own ghosts around them. We have a different entity here that is moving that looks like it has a ghost. Is this this looks like it's a warlock jumping. Yeah, it's a warlock jump. This would be, looks like a thrall. We've got the thrall head here and everything. All right. So here's our front view from one of the weaponries that the Guardians are carrying. This is either the auto rifle or the fusion rifle. So we don't know if we're on the warlock or the hunter or the hunter right now. But we've got this hive statue. They're just sitting there checking it out, and then literally 2 frames, and its arm is pointing. I don't know if it's gonna happen like that in game. Was watching in action. I hope it happens like that in game, because that would be spooky. All right, and that opens up so many possibilities. My brain is going in like 30 different directions. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and we're going to brainstorm, or we're just going to word vomit what this could possibly be. Go. It could be a type of dungeon where it's nothing but a maze and you have to go through randomly, and you have to do something in the room, and you look at the statue and it'll move its arms depending on which direction you have to go. It could be completely story-based, where you're doing nothing but following these clues to go to the next location. This could be something linked to a dungeon or a raid. This is a specific mechanic where you have to make sure you're paying attention to the statue in order to go the right direction. It could be that this is something different for every single Guardians. Whenever you look at this, you could see it pointing to the left, and your ally can see it pointing to the right. If you go each other's directions, it will kill you, because it's not something you're able to do. You have to follow the direction of your fate. It could be something also because we're in the world of lies. We're in Savathun's throne world. You don't need to follow the statue. The statue's trying to kill you. You want to go the opposite direction of the statue. The statue says go left, go right. It says go up, go down. It's something that is, there's so many different possibilities. Who knows what it could be? All of those, I think, are viable answers. Thank you. So what we saw next is, this is Oryx. All right, so this is definitely Oryx, and this is the effigy of Oryx whenever he killed a Ka and got the power to take. We can see the Guardians are posting up in here to fight, and there are a ton of Thrall. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. I like it when there's a ton of enemies on the screen. Explore Savathun's throne world. Let's see if there was anything. Let's see. Explore Savathun's throne world. Yes, we know this is the throne world. It's flipping through multiple places again, and I love it. All right, so this is the throne world itself. Everything that we've seen. This looks like the front of the kingdom, the proper area. We have the different gates and locations and the ramparts and the fronts. We have the giant bowl that symbolizes her intelligence, I guess. I don't know. We've got the cathedrals and the mausoleums. Now here, this is in the swamp. We've got Scorn. see. Definitely a hive structure. Now this one is interesting. This is inside the pyramid ship. There's no other way around it. This is inside the pyramid ship. That is where this one is. This is the actual thing. Ooh, welcome to the fiery pits of hell. Okay. Expose her lies. Okay, so it looks like, I don't know if that's an emote. They don't have the usual emote like flare around their body. So this has got to be something we do in game. And we've seen it twice now. We saw it in the original trailer and we've seen it in this trailer. It appears that whatever it is, it makes these platforms appear. So it'll probably make like secrets or lies be revealed. Take back the light. All right. We have a knight wielding void shields. Oh, let's take a look at what's on the back of that. Let's see, we've got... That's a fusion. That's definitely got to be a fusion rifle. So this looks cool. This is a Titan slamming down their shield. Or as they stomp. But yeah, as they're doing this, they're summoning a barrier. And we heard in the trailer, stasis. I'm going to play it for you. So yeah, we heard him use stasis. That is definitely a stasis shield. All right, what do we got fading in here? We have Savathun in all of her glory as she fades in. Now, she seems like she's using stasis. Now, we see her using the light. We see her using void. We see her using arc. But some of what she's doing almost looks like it's stasis. Like, take a look at this. The Hunter's weak. The Hunter's falling. They look like they have a stasis aura around them. And it's bringing us around to that eye again. Okay, so the eye is in a lot of places. So that eye is either Savathun or somebody equally as important. They're worshiping these red flowers. It looks like that this is clearly showing they're growing out of a thrall. And we have them coming out of these thralls' mouths in some random patterns too. Let's see. This is the inner workings of one of her throne. Ooh, those are some very etheric looking knights down there headed to this cathedral. The stretch effects are great. We've got a standing location. We've got Savathun in the background. All right. This, once again, that's something from the pyramid. That is not... That's not just something random. Oh, please tell me that's not an escort mission, but at the same time, that would be so cool. All right, what we have here, this is definitely the SMG. We've got the sidearm again. They're holding a scoot rifle or an auto rifle. Maybe a pulse rifle, actually, looking at that, the back of that. They all have those hooks, which is great. Let's see what we got next. So this is a dead hive knight with its ghost. Fusion rifle, sidearm. The ghost, broken. It doesn't look like the ghost is trying to revive them or anything. That may be plot, or you may be coming across this ghost and that's when it revives the knight. Who knows? All right, we've got the exotic SMG again. Walking through Savathun's throne world. We have acolytes that are worshiping. This one is glowing. All right, now we have Scorn. We're down the view again of one of the weapons. The design looks really tight. I'm not gonna lie. We've got Scorn, lots of little different Scorns. Big Scorn, big Scorn. Looks like it's an assault of some sort. This seems to be in the swamp, which is probably where the Scorn are going to be the most. Don't see anything different with our supers. Just taking them out. Love it. Okay. That eye again. Great shot. We've got that giant bell. Looks like it has the eye as part of it. Got the glaive, some weapons. I don't know what's going to go on with that bell, but it looks cool. So it looks like the hunter, though. So all of the hunter stuff we get whenever we throw blades out, we have to, it's an immediate one and done. It looks like the hive hunter, who they get the cloaks, which is awesome. They get to go into a knife mode. See, they're in their super mode. We've got the Void Arc Solar, Hunter, Titan, Warlock, Acolyte, Knight, Wizard. Then we have Sabathun in the background. She looks like she's covered in... That looks like it's partially Void, partially Stasis. It looks crazy. This is going to be a great one. I'm really excited for it. They've got a whole lot of different things going on here. Tons of different types of storylines and stuff like that. I'm a big fan. It looks like there's going to be potentially a lot of collectibles. Osteostriga, which looks good. So yeah, that's the new trailer for it. The new Destiny 2 Witch Queen Throne World trailer. Lots of interesting things in here. Didn't reveal a lot, but it revealed a ton, which is, I know. So thank y'all for hanging out. I hope you look forward to more of these videos as I look forward to making them. I have a lot of fun going through and examining these. I'm going to be taking a look at the other trailers pretty soon, trying to get a big collection of them together. And yeah, so thanks for hanging out. I hope you'll have a great day. Peace.